Welcome back. Now, delivery apps, e-hailing, video on demand and online shopping are all convenient and they all demand online payment. Banks have noted a rise in card not present or CPN fraud as cybercriminals become more opportunistic in exploiting online platforms. Athaly Khan, head of fraud risk management at Standard Bank, joins us to discuss protecting your money in the online transaction process. Athaly, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. And I guess let's start off there. Start by explaining what kind of fraud, what kind of scam the card not present fraud is.
Thank you for having me this afternoon. So card not present fraud occurs when a fraudster uses stolen payment card details to make unauthorized purchases without physically presenting the card. This type of fraud is common with online fraud, phones, mail order transactions, when merchants cannot verify the cardholder's identity in person. We usually find this on delivery apps, e-hailing, video on demand, and online shopping, which have become a staple of the current digital age. Customers rely on online platforms with targeted online ads when they go online shopping. With this convenience, we're starting to see a rise of the card not present fraud.
And those apps, those delivery apps, those online shopping apps, right? One of the, or some of the most vulnerable than others, right? And just talk me through then some of the trends you've been seeing in the kinds of frauds that have been coming through, or kinds of scams that have been coming through.
So the typical scams we're finding is when a customer is looking for a special, or where they're trying to purchase something online. And with the online kind of capability, especially on Google, etc., there's capability that looks at what ads there are available, and these are then presented to the customer. The customer will then have a look at these ads, and this is an opportunity for fraudsters to put these ads forward. And what happens is the client will then click on the ad, and then unfortunately will download, the information from these remote kind of sites onto the device. And this is what we're finding quite a bit, especially with airline tickets.
Yeah.
When you're looking to fly somewhere, and then there'll be an ad that will come up, and they'll say, are you interested in this, because we're offering you this discount, or we're offering this promotion. And as you click onto the ad, you then download the software or the malware onto your device.
Does this speak to, I guess, some of these online platforms' security measures?
It most definitely does. So what happens is clients they're not au fait with the different security measures that they should be looking at when downloading certain functionality onto the devices. So it's so important for us to always check, whether there's a proper website in place, whether we're researching the website, are we looking at the attributes of the website, etc.
And how do then consumers, I guess, protect themselves from such scams?
Essentially, what we always advise our customers to do is always research the website. If you look at HTTP, right, when you type that into your browser, always look for the S, because the S stands for the security feature. If you look at most websites, they have a padlock on the website. You can actually click on the padlock, which will show you the certificate, the security certificate of that website, and then you can validate that offline to make sure that you are on a valid website.
Anthony, how does I guess products like Apple Pay or PayPal help lessen the risk of getting scammed?
Whilst using Apple Pay or those types of payment mechanisms, right? Essentially what they do is they take additional security measures on their side, like the security website, like checking where the customer is coming from, making sure that the website that they're paying from is a secured website, because they have an interaction with the person or with the company that they're actually on, that they featured on. So this helps and enables the customer, or enables Google Play or the types of Apple Pay, etc., to actually be secured on those websites. They follow multiple security measures on their end.
Anthony, are there any tools, I guess, that consumers can get a hold of here? You talked about consumers having to do a lot of research, but are there tools that they can get, I guess, from their banks on how to protect themselves?
Most definitely. We offer the security website on all our apps. There's a tile on our app. There, it's a security tile which you can actually click on, and this gives you all the information that you require from a security perspective, as well as what to look out for. There's also very user-friendly videos which will help navigate, your transactional journey, on any of these sites. We also have a capability which Standard Bank has put out to our client base, and this capability actually enables you to determine what transactions you allow on your on any of your transactional devices. So you can actually say, what, put off all card not present transactions, as I'm not going to be using this, or you can put off all transactions like EMV transactions, etc. This capability safeguards you as a client, and you can switch it back on at any given time.
And talk to me about the emergence of, artificial intelligence and what risks that could also present.
We have found that with our artificial intelligence, that they mimic, very famous people quite easily. And this is very scary, both for our clients and for the bank. They essentially create this website where they will mimic a person who is either known to the community or in the financial sector, and they will pretend to be somebody that is, significantly enough to trust for them to give out financial advice. And we found that this is how AI is kind of deployed. The AI intelligence is grown, by such vectors that, we are quite taken aback by, because it's more and more prevalent, and it's not only in South Africa, it's across the world. What we do is it's so important for us to always make sure that we are speaking to who we think we're speaking to. It's essential. Because it is so easy for them to mimic, create, and copy voiceovers, to pretend to be these people that they're pretending to be.
Athaly, thanks so much for your time and just taking us through that. That was Athaly Khan, Head of Fraud Risk Management at Standard Bank.